My name is James Blackburn. I live and work in the American Southwest. As a result, I have the good fortune to be able to travel to a variety of beautiful locations. As a professional filmmaker, I document my life through video adventures and I share them with the world. Stay tuned as I travel through the world of movies and the beautiful outdoors. Thanks for watching the James Blackburn Experience.
This video adventure brings us to the Pecos wilderness of New Mexico.
There's a big elk up there eating. It doesn't see me. How cool is that for an early morning visitor? Usually when there's one, there's others. So I'm surprised I don't see any others nearby, but look at that. Beautiful. Hasn't seen me or smelled me yet. Neat. And I believe it knows I'm here. It's looking back at me. Where's all the others, though? Yep, see? Totally spotted me. You can see I'm still a pretty good distance away from it, so I'm not getting too close, but it's still kind of a neat thing to wake up to. Last day here, finally got to see an elk. And not only that, but check this out. The sun is out. It rained a lot last night, so this is a welcome sight. Blue skies and sun. Totally awesome. And there goes the elk wandering off. Alright, well, good howdy, folks. Welcome back to another James Blackburn Experience. What a great way to start the day with an elk sighting. That was really cool. Now I'm going to go wander around here in the woods and take care of some of my morning duties. And then breakfast, and then we're going to pack up and head out here in a little while. Awesome, wonderful place to be. Alright, you can see a lot of the moisture here on the tent from the rain overnight. And down here at the vestibule, you can see the line where the rain stopped right here because my vestibule was closed. So it's going to take a little bit of time to dry all this out today, but it's okay. It's just part of the adventure. All right, I'm on a little side trail here up above our camp, trying to find a place to get my morning duties out of the way. It's a little bit flatter than this. It's rather steep in spots. All right, still out in the woods here, pretty early morning, about, I don't know, 7:15, and getting some of my duties done. And now I'm going to wander back to camp. I think I'm about a quarter mile from camp or so. And anytime I have to go do my morning duties, I like to have a nice private spot, so I wander off pretty far away and get out in the woods here. You can see the sun is definitely shining out there. Oh man, it's gonna be beautiful today. Yeah, great day for hiking out. All right, heading back down to camp. Gonna get some breakfast going, and then it'll be the great breaking down of the gear. So stay tuned for that, because both of those items will probably be so exciting that it'll change your life forever. Yes, yes, indeed.
The weather was absolutely perfect as we continued climbing up to the next level. You couldn't ask for a better day or a better hike at this exact moment. I was beginning to feel very philosophical, and I had this thought. We all have bridges to cross and weight to bear. At times it may seem impossible or even dangerous. It's at these times where I feel we live the most. Living life on the edge of impossible is where we feel the most alive. landscape seemed so vast and ancient to us. The feeling of being connected with the planet was a beautiful thing. I was out of breath but full of life. I felt at one with nature. I felt at one with the earth and the universe. I knew I'd felt like this before, but it had been a while, and I was glad to be back where I belonged, the wilderness. The views in all directions were amazing. I mean, how could I not be blown away? Well, to be honest, I was blown away, and was feeling the energy of the area flowing like an electrical current throughout my wild spirit. The scenery was beautiful and vast, and it had me wishing to never leave. What a great day!
All right, I got the food bag down. Gonna make some breakfast here in a minute. But before I do that, I need to head over to the tent and get some of the water off the rainfly to help speed up some of the dry time on that, because one thing you don't want to do is pack these away when they're wet and then forget about it when you get home, because next time you'll have a moldy tent, mildew and stuff. So I'm gonna get this thing dried off the best I can so that this water won't be there when I pack it away later. All right, with that thing off the ground, it's getting air on both sides. It's not touching the wet earth. That should dry out nicely. And it's getting full of sun exposure, so that's also nice. So now back down to camp. And now I'm actually gonna have some breakfast, I believe. And I'll pack up my gear in the tent a little bit later. Need some food and liquids first though. Whew, yeah. This elevation gets you a little bit when you're out here.
I wandered back down the hillside and took my time as I was really enjoying this spot. Peaceful place with a lot of quiet where you can really get inside your head and think. My thoughts were numerous, and my mind felt like this moment right now was possibly a nice dream, or at the very least a great memory in the making. This place was putting me in a great mood. I felt like celebrating life again. What a great day.
All right, so today's breakfast is another Mountain House adventure meal, the biscuits and gravy. This one's also very tasty. I've had it before. So I got my water heating up, and I'll be eating here in about 15 minutes. It'll be great. All right, this is what the biscuits and gravy looks like when it's dehydrated. It does not look appetizing this way, but once I get this boiling water in there and let it soak in there for about 10 minutes, that will change and it will be awesome. All right, folks, this is breakfast, completely rehydrated and ready to go. It smells really good, so I'm gonna get into this and get some chow going. It's gonna be awesome.
What a beautiful campsite that we were fortunate enough to find. It was a nice, cozy spot for a night of sleep and a very peaceful experience. I felt an almost overwhelming feeling of peace and tranquility.
This was our last day here, and eventually we would get motivated to pack up our gear and start the long hike out to the trailhead. All good things must come to an end, and this campsite was no exception. It was time to pack up the gear and move on to the adventures that today would undoubtedly yield. The sun rising in the sky was nice, and started to warm up the air around us. Shortly I would have all my gear packed up and ready to go.
All right, breakfast is done. Now it's time to start packing up the gear. All right, folks, we've been packing up for about the last hour here. I have most of my stuff pre-packed and organized, as you can see over here. Everything's laying here on my ground tarp for my tent. It's amazing that all this stuff fits into there. But yeah, now I'm gonna get everything that's here into that bag, including my rain fly that's up there blowing in the wind, which has completely dried out. So I'm gonna go grab that right now and finish packing. We'll be on the trail here probably in the next 30 minutes. Well, I gotta tell you, once again, the spot looks a lot more empty without a tent in it. But that's part of being out here. You have to come and you have to go. Okay, Dave is back there finalizing his packing up. I'm almost ready to go. This thing is ready. However, I still got snacks and food and the vest here to pack up with the stuff that I want to have access to on my way out. So, and then I'll be ready to go. Start the hike out to the vehicle.
The landscape was so intense and beautiful that I felt tiny in this universe, but at the same time I felt completely connected to it all. It was as if I could feel the universe flowing in my veins. I was nothing and everything all at once.
Yeah, feels very cold this morning. It's refreshing. So, all right, folks, gear is packed. We're doing a last little tidy up on our hands and faces here at the cold river water. And then we'll start hiking out here very, very soon. All right, one last look at where my tent was at. Like I said, it looks awfully lonely and there's no tent right here. But that was a good spot, served me well, pretty flat. And it was tucked in here behind these trees, so it was really hidden. So yeah, it was good camping experience, this one was. I'm loving it. All right, now to get all the gear on and start to head that way in just a few minutes. All right, I'm about to send out a message on this thing to let everybody know I'm okay and that we're going to be heading out here shortly back to the vehicle. This Garmin device rules. It's so nice to be able to have satellite connection, even with just text, because it allows me to touch base with everybody that I love and they know I'm okay. All right, folks, this is day 3 out here, and it has been absolutely wonderful. We've gotten some sun and some warm. We got some rain last night, and it rained while we were sleeping as well. But now the sun's out again. It's a glorious day, and I'm just so excited to be here. And I have to thank you, Dave, again for sharing another awesome spot with me.
Turned out great, and went through a whole lot of firewood last night, keeping us warm.
Yeah, but that felt great, though. That was a nice campfire experience.
It was. Turned out really good.
All right, folks, well, we're going to head back to the trail. Stay tuned.
So we threw on our backpacks and we were on our way. I felt stronger this morning and had a good rhythm going as I hiked down the trail. I could feel my hiker legs coming alive in the early morning air. We continued onward as a team as the sun started to shine overhead. The hiking was rugged but rewarding. Backpacking is similar to life. The best rewards come from honest hard work. Sometimes the amount of work ahead of us seems overwhelming. So just think about that next step, that next section of forest, that next stream crossing. Take one step at a time, and before you know it, there you are. Remember that life is a journey, not a destination. True beauty comes from within, and life is whatever you make it.
The hiking was rugged, but rewarding. With every step, we continued closer to our destination. The views everywhere were unbelievable, and it had me starting to wonder, why am I so fortunate to be able to do something so awesome? Well, the answer is simple, really. Because we all deserve to live a great life and have wonderful experiences together.
This place is a hidden gem in New Mexico. Avoid the tourist in Colorado and enjoy the northern Pecos wilderness. Same scenery as Colorado, without all the people. I highly recommend a hike on the Rio Santa Barbara.
All right, folks, gotta say this was an awesome trip. Camping out here in the mountains with a good friend, as well as having all the water sources nearby, just made it that much more wonderful. We're probably in our last mile of getting back to the vehicle, and I'll update you again here shortly. All right, folks, we stopped here to take a break by the river and just cool off for a few minutes, and Dave's down there splashing some water in his face. I think I might do that too. For now, the backpacks are here. We're going to take about 5-10 minute break and then continue on back to the vehicle. Awesome.com.
We all took a nice long rest as well as had some snacks and water. Shortly we'd be ready to continue our journey back to civilization and our families. As we continued to rest for the last hike out, we all took in the beautiful views all around us. This had been an amazing trip. I was already planning out my next trip back here and I hadn't even left yet. I would love to be here in late spring or early summer, but who knows? Maybe I'll be back sooner than later. You may see one or two other hikers, but otherwise you will feel very alone in this wilderness. This hike makes for a great day hike as it is about 10 miles round trip from the campground to the trail that leads to the high country. If you choose to continue on and make an overnight camping trip, the trail connects to hundreds of miles of the Pecos wilderness trails. Please remember to leave no trace when visiting beautiful places like this. If you pack it in, then you need to pack it out as well. Please leave any outdoor area better than you found it. If we all pitch in and do our part, then we can save places like this for future generations. I felt like a happy camper the entire time I was there and left in a great mood, feeling completely relaxed and ready for another round of the concrete jungle back in the cities. Please leave no trace of your visit so others can enjoy this beautiful place too.
All right, folks, we made it back to the parking lot. We're here at Dave's truck and we're all loaded up and ready to go. It was a great 3 days out here. Dave, I gotta say thank you, man. Thank you for bringing me here and sharing this awesome place with me.
You're welcome.
And it's been perfect weather. We got a little bit of rain, but we got a lot of sunshine and warm as well. And good food, great campfire experience, and just an overall great hike. Even got to see an elk this morning, which was really, really special. So
Yeah, that was awesome. I wish I would have been up that early to see it. So,
well, you get to see the video at least, but yeah, that was pretty cool. But all right, folks, we're gonna sign off here and head back to town. But as usual, love, hate, take care of each other. See you next time.
Remember, folks, life is beautiful if you know where to look. Keep your eyes, your heart, and your mind open. It just might lead you somewhere special. Thank you for watching the James Blackburn Experience. Be sure to check my YouTube channel for almost 900 additional video adventures.
Purple Martians. All right, that's perfect. I love it.